Hello, I'm Courtney, what's up, and welcome to Book Talk. Today I'm going to be discussing Isla and the Happily Ever After by Stephanie Perkins, and this is the third and final book in the Anne of the French Kiss series, and I finished this book last night, and oh my gosh, it caused me all the feels. Like, it was so good. Like, I honestly thought I wasn't gonna like this book, but then I got to the end and it was just so nice and I was just so happy, and I really did love this book. I love all these books so much, and just last night I was like, oh my gosh, I have no more Stephanie Perkins books to read. What am I supposed to do with my life? Because I've just been reading Stephanie Perkins, and this book was really good. It was an overall really good end, and even though I really liked it, there are like some things I wish didn't happen and things I would change, but overall it was a good ending. I'm overall satisfied, but this isn't like the best ending ever, but like I'm okay with how everything goes. But overall, I really liked this book and I just love this series so much. It's so good. They're like the best contemporaries ever. If you haven't picked up these books, go pick them up because they're amazing. My favorite is still Anne the French Kiss. That will always be my favorite one because I just love Anna St. Clair. And oh my gosh, don't even get me started on the Anna St. Clair in this. It was so good. But if you haven't read this yet and you don't want to be spoiled, I would leave now. So bye, not spoilerly people. Okay, so Isla and Happily Ever After. First off, let me say, I know I'm pronouncing her name wrong. Like, literally on the second page, she was like, this is how you pronounce my name. But I was just like, nope, I'm calling you Isla. Isla, I don't know. I don't like that. She's Isla in my mind, okay? I don't care if you guys yell at me for that. I'm calling her Isla. Just deal with it. But, so, Isla was probably my least favorite character to read from because she was so stupid. I mean, don't get me wrong, she's like the smartest person in her class, but she's so dumb in decision making. Like when she broke up with Josh, this relationship situation, one, let me just say, I thought Isla was like obsessively in love with Josh. Like, that was a little weird. Like, the first chapter opens up with Isla seeing Josh in New York, and I was just like, they're having a moment right in the beginning. I thought, I'm just so used to, in like these books, for the characters to meet and then become friends and fall in love, but in this, they fall in love so quickly because, you know, Isla has this crush on him, and then Josh had a crush on her this whole time too, which I found that a little weird. I mean, it's nice, but I don't know. He never talked to her though, so I don't know. It was just complicated, but their relationship in this book was very quick paced. Like 100 pages in, they're already together, and I was just like, what? I'm so used to in Stephanie Perkins books for the characters to get together at the very end, but then in this, they get together like 100 pages in, and it was so different, and I was just like, whoa, the couple's already together. And then, you know, I was like, wait a minute, they can't last like the whole entire book, like something's gonna go wrong, and then everything went wrong. Oh my gosh, the whole Spain situation, it was nice because, you know, they were traveling around and everything and then made out in bed and it was all good, but then on the phone, and he got expelled, which honestly, I'm surprised he got expelled now, because in Anne and the French Kiss, he was getting in trouble all the time. I was just like, how is he still here exactly? Like, I'm glad he was, but just, it didn't make sense. And he got expelled, and it was so sad. And then they were long distance, and he didn't even have his phone. Oh my gosh, it was just like the worst thing that could happen, and I felt so bad for them. And it was crazy to think that all this stuff that had been happening was just happening in like a month. Like, it was like, can you believe it's been like a month? Like, all this stuff has happened in just 1 month, and I was just like, really? A month? Because this feels like Anna and the French Kiss all over again. Because, you know, the drama in Anna and the French Kiss is crazy and it was going on forever. But the drama in this was, like, double. The drama in this book, God, just caused me so much stress. I was getting stressed out by it. Because I was just like, this needs to stop. I need them back together. And then when an opportunity would come for them to see each other, it would be blown away. And it was so much drama. And then the one time they see each other, Isla has to be an idiot and break up with him. Like, are you kidding me? Like, okay, let's go back to this moment, alright? When they're reunited, they're going to the Met, they're both looking beautiful as always. I'm excited because I'm just like, oh, my babies are getting reunited and everything. It's gonna be so cute. And they go there, everything's fine. But you know, the whole manuscript, his book, we finally get to see his like drawings and his story. That was so cool seeing that stuff. And you know, there was the Rashmi stuff, which when I read Anne and the French Kiss, I shipped Rashmi and Josh. But when they broke up, I was okay though, because it felt like they were gonna break up anyway, because Isla shows up in Anne and the French Kiss. So when she was like drawing his tattoo in Anne and the French Kiss, I was like, oh, well, the third book's called Isla. They're gonna get together. So I mean, like, obviously I knew Josh and Rashmi were gonna break up. But the one thing I didn't like about Isla was, one, her dumb decision making, and two, how upset she got over his story. Which, I mean, if I was her, I would get upset, but that's just something that happened in his life. This is a phase he went through with being in love with Rashmi, okay? You can't just ignore the fact that they dated and did all this stuff together. And it was funny. The rabbit stuff, that was weird, but it was funny at the same time. But I think Isla, she could have taken it in a better way, but she didn't, and then she got all upset at him, and then she thought that he was gonna break up with her because he just needed someone and wasn't really in love with her. And I was just like, are you kidding me right now? Are you serious? It was just so stupid. Her reasonings for everything was so stupid. And then, even after she breaks up with him, everyone's like, oh, but you're still in love with him, right? And she was like, yeah. And I was just like, then why did you break up with him if you're still in love with him? See, I hate it when characters do that. When they'll break up with someone because they think it's for the greater good. And then someone will be like, oh, but aren't you still in love with him? And they'll be like, yeah. And then they'll be like, oh, I regret breaking up with you. Let's get back together. Why do characters have this need to do that? Like, to break up with their significant other so everything will be fine and you think they'll be better off. Like, no, they won't be better off. They'll be worse without you. And that's how Josh is, because then there's the new manuscript that she reads at the end, which, so beautiful. Oh my gosh, it was just making me so sad. Just the newly updated one, and how Josh was like, you could be an editor. I was just like, oh, well, I thought Isla was going to be an architect, because in Spain they were talking about that. I was just like, oh my gosh, Isla could be the contemporary and the best chase, but editor. I think Isla could be a good one. And man, how Isla got so mad that she didn't know what to do with her life. I was just like, girl, it's okay not to know. I mean, there are so many people in today's world who do not know what they're going to do with their life. Like, I'm not saying I'm one, because I have, like, some part that I know what I want to do with my life, like basic stuff, but it's not like I have everything specifically planned out like Josh did. But I have, like, some idea of what I want to do, but it's okay not to know. Like, that's fine. You have plenty of life to figure that stuff out, but Isla just couldn't realize that and just always doubted herself. And I did see some of myself in Isla, though, when she would doubt herself, because I doubt myself a lot, so I got that. But I don't doubt myself as much anymore. I'm much better at believing in myself, and that's what Isla needed, and that's what she has now, and that's really good. And Isla, I love the end with the manuscript and how he listened to her edits and thought those were actually good and changed everything, and she's there more, and it's now their story and how he was standing there in the cold for her. Like, it, man, that really showed how much he loved her, because it was like 2 o'clock in the morning, it's freezing cold, and he was standing down there waiting for her. And I was just like, if that's not true love, then what is? And they go down there and kiss, and it was so beautiful. And how he didn't go to the Olympics. Oh my gosh, that was the best. I was just like, God bless, they're staying together. And I mean, if he did win, I mean, I would have been mad, but like, okay, because he would have been with his friends, which, seeing everyone again, seeing Lola and Cricket and Anna and St. Clair made me so happy. I wish there was more of Lola and Cricket, because I feel like there wasn't a lot of talk with them, and I wanted to hear more about what they were doing with their lives, and how Cricket's now kind of dressing up with Lola too. Oh, that made me so happy. And then St. Clair, he proposed to Anna. That was the best. That was honestly my favorite scene in the book. Because they're the original OTP, and I just love them. And I had a gut feeling that in this book, when Anna and St. Clair would show up, he was gonna propose. And then he did, and it was beautiful, and I loved it. But my favorite Isla and Josh scene was probably, I don't know, I like the treehouse stuff. That was really cool, and I loved them being together in the end. And I loved the end when they're in New York and they're reunited, and he's drawing the last part in his book, and he was like, this is the best part, the happily ever after. And I was just like, oh, it was so cute. It gave me all the feels. I was just smiling so hard and like giggling, because it was just so cute. And just, I really did love this book, but I think it's my least favorite just because of all the drama and the breakup situation. Just, that was too crazy for me. But overall, I really did love these books. I love these books so much. They're all so good, and just, this is so, I'm so glad I read these, because they're amazing. And those are my thoughts and feels on this book. Overall, it was so good. I'm gonna miss this world so much, because it's the best. And thank you all so much for watching. I'm Courtney, and I'll see y'all next time with a new video soon, so bye! Yo!